everyone. Donald J. Brower from GardenStateHSWrestling.com. We are here at St. Joe's Metuchen for the Garden State Wrestling Boys Prospect Camp, and I have a chance to speak with the Navy head coach, Cary Kolat. Coach, congratulations on your success so far at Great Service Academy. Just kind of what brings you here today with this prospect camp?
Relationships, I think wrestling is all about relationships, getting better, finding partners, building relationships, coaches, all that. So Kyle Kiss has done a great job, wrestled for me when I was an assistant coach at UNC. So we've had a relationship forever. He started his camps, said he's got a great camp, and it's obviously New Jersey wrestling, right? And we've got some New York and Pennsylvania sprinkled in there, but can't go wrong with New Jersey, can't go wrong with Pennsylvania. So he put on this combine, so it's a great chance to get a lot of great kids in one zone and get to watch them.
Now, we have a couple questions, obviously, that were submitted by fans. They knew we were talking to some coaches.
Yeah.
One of them, everybody's talking about what they're looking for in an athlete. As a coach at a service academy, what are you looking for in one of your athletes?
Upside. Recruiting athletically and what we think a guy's going to do on the mat is upside, right? There's a lot of great competitions you can win at the middle school and high school level. Middle school, I don't even care. I know a lot of people are wrapped up and they think that's obviously a good gauge to get your son athletic and competing at all levels. But we're looking for like growth and upside. So I'm looking, does the kid attack both sides of the body? Is he winning just because he's got great position in one area and he's able to dominate a bunch of high school kids? Can he make the adjustment when everybody gets tough at the Division I level, which is a big jump? It's not like going from middle school to high school. There's like 10 flights of stairs to jump there. So I'm looking for upside. I'm looking, is he attacking both sides of the body? And once we establish that, then it's like, okay, let's see for the Naval Academy, is he in the right courses and the right grades? And will he handle our academics? We're the number one public school in the nation. And so the academics are doable and handleable, but somebody's got to want to do the work. So we're looking at foundational work. I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. That's what a lot of people think. We have to see that you're doing the work. And if they think you're doing the work, then we work down the road of acceptance.
I think that's one of the things I've kind of gotten from everybody here is a lot of people see it's a prospect camp. You're going for wrestling. Academics is such a huge thing because I don't think people, a lot of times when they get to high level, realize it's a student athlete. It's not just you're going for the athletics. And I know it's kind of changed. Has that changed any aspect you've seen in college wrestling, especially with like a transfer portal, stuff like that, where people could do? Is it like, because it wasn't that way. You usually were with a school and it was rare.
Yeah.
Now it seems to be like hot potatoing. Have you seen that kind of change with the athletics? Or?
I think we're going to see that at the traditional schools where you might say maybe the academics aren't as important, right? Kids are, I'm at a school, the Ivies are in a school, the entire EIWA is in a situation where we've got most of our kids are doing both, right? And they are thinking about their wrestling. They want a high level atmosphere. They want to be able to compete and win a national title. And then they are what comes after that, and so I think that's the kind of kid that we're dealing with. Yeah. And so they're attracted to our type of institution.
There's been a lot of uptick recently in the service academies because I'm a former Navy man, as we were talking about. Spent my time out in San Diego, LHD-2 Gator Freighter Amphib Group.
Yeah.
Did all that fun stuff. Anytime we could beat Army, I said, I love it. Have you seen an uptick with a lot of service? Because I've seen more and more high quality people going to service, not only for wrestling, but for other sports. And it seems to be those athletics are rising.
Well, there's always been misconceptions. My whole reason from going from where I was at previously to the Naval Academy, if I didn't think I could be successful there, I wouldn't have went there. As soon as I went there, we started landing guys like Danny Walsh, Josh Coderhan, Caden Ricciardi, right? We started because these guys, they want to wrestle and they want to take care of their future afterwards. And so the misconceptions there, oh, you can't train or you're getting screamed at it's none of that, right? It is a college atmosphere. I always say 70-30 is the best way to explain it. 70% of the normal college atmosphere, 30%. Our rules are a little different. If you want to go home and see mom and dad for a birthday, well, guess what? Then you got to put in the paperwork. You got to get approval. Where any other school, you just jump in your car. Maybe you get in trouble with your coach. Great. Can't do that here. That's all professionalism. So our guys are learning how to be professionals for 48 months that they're there. They're learning how to manage people because they're going to be an officer. And as soon as they graduate, they might have 30 to 100 people underneath of them. So the management skills are there. The professionalism is there. That's the difference.
Now, you've had a distinguished career, both on the mat and off. What do you consider your greatest accomplishment?
I mean, I think the whole career is still going together, right?
I'm not trying to put you on the spot. You're not tired yet.
No, you know, I always tell people, you know, when you look back when you're in the fire, you don't always appreciate what you're doing. As you get older, we start to. I look at my entire career and say, wow, I started at 5. I set these goals at 7 or 8, and I continued. Now, I didn't get them all, but I got really close, and it was a 20-some year career, and here I am still going now in a coaching career. So just the longevity of everything I did over that time. My body didn't break down, my mind didn't break down. I had the right people around me with the right relationships, and they all came at the right time, I think. And so that's it. The entire package, everything I did the course of my career. Didn't ultimately finish with a Olympic gold medal or world gold medal, but I got, you know, pretty damn close from the things I was doing. And if I could have made adjustments, I wouldn't. You don't see them all the time when you're right in the fire, but just the longevity of everything I did.
And then finally, you were talking earlier a little bit about, great representation by New Jersey and Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
The explosion. They've always had a good history, but the explosion in the last 25 years to where arguably both states could be say we're the #1 state as far as wrestling. Just that growth and what you've seen, because you're a PA guy, so you know you were in it and you kind of see what's been that change these last 25 years.
Man, I really have to think just the media, the exposure that's come to it. I think MMA has helped some. That's just more exposure for wrestling. But I think all that now there's just this active competitiveness between the two states and the individual athletes when they hit each other, right? And so I didn't see that when I compete. When I was competing, I was focused on, you know, what I was doing. I didn't even think about New Jersey. I didn't realize how good Pennsylvania was at the time. And then when I got done, I realized, oh wow, we're a pretty solid state. And then that competition level has pulled Jersey up, and now there was this little point where they were ahead, and so we're back and forth, which that's what competition and competitiveness does. And I think it's instant access to say, oh, he beat this guy by this many points, I'll beat him by this many points, and so you just see a level, and kids are better now. People always ask me, oh, you know, you were good. I'm like, kids are better than I was when we competed. Just because of the things they are able. We didn't have YouTube. We were trying to come up with stuff, and now you can see it, and you don't have to think about, okay, there's a counter there and there's a counter there. Man, it's just all made wrestling explode.
It's insane with the technology now. Just everybody can see what they want,
Yeah.
get it all and get it all set up. Final question, and it's a phone leave on this. Being from Pennsylvania, can you settle the debate? Is it Taylor ham or pork roll?
I don't even know. Actually, Danny Well's father asks me that all the time. I think he says Taylor ham, so I don't want to upset him. So we'll say Taylor ham.
Taylor ham, I liked it.
All right.
Coach, thank you so much for the time. We really appreciate it.
Here.